Namaste everyone, ChristianRLong, Life Enhancement Consulting, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this Friday evening. It's about almost 6 o'clock p.m. here, Mountain Time in Denver, Colorado. And it's been a very interesting day. Energy levels have been fluctuating. Very interesting experiences with clients, interesting experiences with friends, interesting experiences with the astral or emotional plane, emotional body. It's been interesting, to say the very, very least. And I was thinking, as I always do, what are we going to talk about on today's stream? And if you're logging in for the first time, Namaste. What do we talk about, guys? Energy healing, meditation, and practical spirituality. And I always think to myself, all right, well, what's a relevant topic? What's an interesting topic? What's a topic that by talking about it, we can have some exchange of energy, some exchange of wisdom back and forth, and that by the end of this stream, your life will be better, right? Isn't that the whole purpose as to why anyone watches any kind of stream, any kind of post or upload or whatever, is that they think in that moment they're going to get some value out of it. And even entertainment, right? Even entertainment. I was actually watching something super weird on a friend's Facebook page, and it was about all these like calamities and accidents that people were doing. Like one girl, she got stripped down. It was in the middle of the winter. She stripped down to her bikini, and then she went to go cannonball into the lake, and the entire lake was frozen. So she cannonballed into the lake and landed super hard on rock solid ice. Thought that was kind of weird. Another one is a guy gets into a wheel. This is the value we're offering today. Another guy gets into a tire, and they start rolling the guy down one hill, and then before he can get to the bottom of the first hill, the tire moves, and then it starts going down a much bigger, steeper hill, and the guy just like, the tire rolls right into the jungle. It's pretty aggressive. I've never seen anybody live and do something like that, but the guy did make it. He probably was very shaken up and very nauseous and maybe even has some kind of concussion, but he made it. So that's good. I don't like to see things where people get injured or hurt, but one of my favorite things to watch online, a dirty pleasure if you will, is to see people trip. Leti, Namaste, is to see people trip. I don't know what it is about tripping, Omar, Namaste, that I find so comical, but I don't mean people like tripping and falling and scraping their knees or scraping their elbows or knocking out teeth or anything like that. I just mean somebody tripping and falling or almost falling and like, ugh. Like there was some picture or some video of a girl at a movie theater, and she had like full hands of popcorn, two bags of popcorn, going all in, going ham, making it happen. she just like caught the carpet at the wrong angle, and then bam, popcorn everywhere. Now, most movie theaters are going to refund or fill up another bag of popcorn if the person just immediately drops it. So it's not a big deal. It's just comical in that moment that all this popcorn is flying everywhere. Anyways, so what are we talking about today? We're talking about you can either focus on your target or you can focus on your distractions. So what do I mean by that? So Grandmaster Chogo Kokusui was a very, very, very focused individual. He was very successful in business, and from the success that he established in his businesses, he was able to develop, refine, spread, and fund an unknown healing system known as pranic healing and an unknown yoga system known as our Hatha Yoga, and was able to spread that to over 60 countries in his lifetime alone. Now pranic healing is practiced in over 90 countries around the world. But what's amazing about that is he didn't accomplish that by being distracted. He didn't accomplish that by putting his hands into everything and taking his attention off the task at hand. He was extremely focused. So the virtue that he became masterful of in this incarnation, in this lifetime, is called the virtue of constancy of aim and effort and non-laziness. Another way of saying it simply is one-pointedness. Meaning you take all of your available thoughts, feelings, actions, and resources, and you direct it to a cause, to a belief, to a purpose, to an objective that you are wanting to accomplish. So Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui's objective, his one-pointedness, was a pranic healer in every home. Now, currently, in 2019, there is not a pranic healer in every home, but the seeds from the teacher have been laid down, and those seeds are producing fruit. And we're having more and more students around the world, more and more meditation and healing clinics around the world, meditation and healing centers around the world. So it's working because he stayed focused, because he was one-pointed in his approach to have a pranic healer in every home. So think about ourselves. Think about our day-to-day lives. Are we one-pointed? And the reason I was bringing up this topic today is I had a few things that kind of derailed me from my purpose. And what's my purpose? My purpose is to transform a set number of lives every single month. That's my objective. So doing the newsletter feeds into that objective. Doing these live streams every day feeds into that objective. Working with my clients, obviously, one-on-one or in a group setting, feeds in that direction. Doing my meditation practice so I have the clarity, the certainty, and the energy necessary in order to accomplish that objective feeds into that objective. Does that make sense? But today, got a little lazy, got a little sidetracked, lost some focus. And it's interesting because Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui says, we are all meditating, but we are not, how do you say, we're all meditating, but we may not be meditating on the best things. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing the teacher, meaning we're all putting our attention somewhere. We're either putting our attention on what we want. I'm going to say, we're either putting our attention on something we want, or we're putting our attention on something we don't want. And if any of you have followed the law of attraction with Abraham and Esther Hicks, the entire teaching that they've been teaching for almost 40 years now is focus on what you want and don't focus on what you don't want. Put all your attention and energy on the thing that you want and remove, extract, eliminate your attention on the things that you don't want. But how often in this day and age do we focus on, I don't have the ideal relationship, I don't live in the best neighborhood, I don't have the perfect car, I don't have enough money in the bank, I don't have the right kind of job or career path, I can't find the right customers for my business, right? For instance, whatever the case may be. We're focusing consistently and persistently on the thing that we don't want, and or we're focusing on distraction. So what would be an example of a distraction? Well, instead of doing your work, you're having pointless coffee dates. Instead of doing your work, you're surfing YouTube. Instead of doing your work, you're out drinking and drugging with friends in the evenings and weekends, right? So you're focusing on things that are distracting you from your the very thing that you want to accomplish. But this is making, I'm going to say, this is making the assumption that you have clarity as to what you want to accomplish with your life. Does that make sense? If you walk up to 100 people and ask them a question, what is your purpose in life? What is your objective in life? What is your target in life? Most people will not be able to answer that question. Now, you could be more specific. What is your target for your job? What is your target for your family? What is your target in your relationships? What is your target with your health? What is your target with your income? People might have greater clarity if you niche it down and specialize it a little bit. But in general, we don't know. And the most common answer that I've heard over the years is, I want to be happy. Right? My objective is to be happy. My target is to be happy. My focus is to be happy. Okay. Which is an admirable focus. There are other ones that might be more beneficial for your long-term growth. One coming off the top of my head might be contentment, right? Because happiness is like the waves on top of the ocean. Contentment is more deep, very, very deep. So if you can focus on being content, then it really doesn't matter what's happening to you externally. Most people relate their happiness to things that are going well externally in their life. So if they're in a loving relationship, they're happy. If they're not in a loving relationship, they're not happy. If they just got a raise at work, they're happy. If they just got fired from work, they're happy, or they're not happy. If they, if somebody achieved a, if somebody achieved a health goal, they're happy. If someone had a health ailment, condition, disease, namaste, they're unhappy, right? So happiness is fleeting versus contentment, or as it's called in Sanskrit, santosha. It's that deep, deep, all-permeating reservoir that is unshakable, that you can draw from in moments of external weakness or external not so good things happening in our lives. So again, going back to tonight's point, is focus on what you want. Do not focus on what you don't want. Focus on your target. Do not focus on your on the things that don't move you forward. And there was a video that was shown at the annual Arhatic Yoga retreat in San Diego this past month, and we get to see different videos by Grandmaster Choa Koksui. And one of the videos, the topic was being industrious and being focused. And Grandmaster Choa Koksui said many people work 10, 12, 14 hours a day and get very little done. They're running around, they're busy, but in that 10, 12, 14 hours of work, very, very little of it is focused on achieving a certain target, objective, or result. So his recommendation was 3 to 4 hours per day, focusing on your target, removing all distractions from your life, and focusing on the task at hand. And by doing that for 3 to 4 hours a day, almost anybody can accomplish whatever target they have set out for themselves. So Letty says, hold on everyone. Yep, it's not part of the objective. Toss it. I'm working on this now. Last week was good. This week not as good, but better because I found important lessons. Yes, the video inspired me big time. Excellent. Yeah, and I was actually talking about that video with fellow Arhatic yoginis and yogis to get a deeper understanding of how we can really understand, apply, and integrate the lesson in our day-to-day lives. Because we do these streams for you guys every single day, and hopefully we're providing value for you. But if you're not taking the information that's provided and integrating it into your life and making it practical, of like, how could I apply what he's saying right now into my day-to-day life, then all it is words. It doesn't have any value, right? So we want to offer value to you guys. So removing distractions is very, very important. Because here's the thing. If we have this might be a mind-blowing moment. If we have fear of success, right? We have fear of success or fear of failure. They're different energies, but let's say fear of success. And you say, okay, if I sit down and I focus 3 to 4 hours a day just on these few simple things that I need to take care of, I will accomplish my target. Why don't I do that? Because by doing that, A, I'm going to be getting out of my comfort zone. Henry, Atma Namaste. Good to have you on, my man. I'm going to be getting out of my comfort zone. I'm going to be entering the unknown, right? So that could be fear of the unknown. So fear of success, fear of the unknown. And what if it works out? Right? We always talk about the fear of failure, like what if it doesn't work out? But there's also the fear of what if it does? What if the very thing that I've wanted my whole life, I can actually get it in a very short period of time? And then what if you get there and you realize, you know what? I didn't really want this to begin with, but I spent all this time trying to get there. Or I spent all this time avoiding getting there. Does that make sense? So this goes back to clarity, the why you do what you do, and that's the Ajna chakra, by the way. So the Ajna chakra is the chakra of higher will, it's the chakra of abstract thinking, and it's the chakra that controls and regulates the energy or the prana of all the chakras below it. So when your Ajna is strong, you have strong aim, you have a strong why, you know where you're going. Very, very important. You have clarity. And then, very interesting thing about the Ajna chakra. The Ajna chakra also divides. And you're like, well, divides, what do you mean by divides? It means it pushes things that are not relative to the aim. So let's say here you are, right? You're at your house, you're at your office, you're at some location, and you want to go from where you are to the mall, right? The mall in your neighborhood. The Ajna is engaging. It says, we're going to the mall. It engages the other chakras, and you guys all move in the direction. So energetically speaking, it pushes away anything not related to the objective of going to the mall, right? It literally, like, if you had all the little distractions that kind of came into your awareness, the Ajna would push them all out so you're focused on the aim of going to the mall. That's why when we meditate and we do yin or awareness meditations, when we're sitting and we're just being aware of our body, we're being aware of our emotions, we're being aware of our thoughts, instead of them being pushed out like this, out of the aura, they're all kind of, not congealing, but they're all kind of hovering around here. That's why a lot of people have a hard time meditating, because they're swimming in negative thoughts and negative feelings, right? They're having to deal with them because they're, excuse me, because their aura isn't clean enough yet. When the aura is super clean and you close your eyes, what you will experience is stillness. What you will experience is peace. What you will experience is nothingness. And ironically, in the nothingness is everything. So, going back to the original point, focus on the task at hand, focus on the result, the target, the objective that you're trying to achieve, and do not focus on anything else, including distractions. So you remove the distractions, do not focus on the distractions, and then for a period of time, Carla, namaste, it's found out that we can typically focus for about 90-minute chunks. 90-minute chunks. 90-minute chunks. 90-minute chunks, right? So you can set your phone. You can set, it's called a Pompadora. It's an app. You can set the app for 90 minutes or 60 minutes or 30 minutes, right? And all you're doing for that 90-minute block of time is one thing. What's the one thing? I'm upgrading my website. I'm making 20 sales calls. I'm cleaning my apartment. I'm hiring a virtual assistant. Whatever it is, bam, 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes, and you're focusing on the task at hand. And that's how you will accomplish great things. And as your energy body expands, as your chakras become more developed and become bigger, you don't have to focus so much to accomplish ordinary things. I remember Anthony Robbins said this a couple years back. He says, what used to take me all of my time, money, and emotional, mental resources to accomplish, I can now do with my pinky. Does that make sense? So what he was able to do with every aspect of his being that took 100% focus to make it happen, he can now do it casually with his pinky with very little attention, because he has developed tremendously as a human being, and he's also put in a tremendous amount of systems and people in place to spread his message faster, right? And his message is transformation as well. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. I hope you got value out of that. I hope it I hope you have the theory as to what we're talking about, but I also, more importantly, hope you have the practical aspect of implementing that into your life. Maybe 30 minutes at a time. You know, somebody's like, well, this is what I said, right? This is what I said when we saw that video at the Arhatic Yoga Retreat. I said, well, wait a minute. If you can accomplish pretty much anything within 3 to 4 hours of focused work, why not just have 8 hours of focused work and accomplish that target twice as fast? Doesn't that make sense? Right? That's what I was thinking. But then I thought about it a little bit more. I got some feedback from a mentor of mine and said, Wallace, Atma Namaste. Actually, it's Janine Wallace. This person said, when was the last time you sat down and you had 8 hours of uninterrupted, undistracted, I don't know if that's a word, focused attention on something? 8 hours straight. And I said, I don't think ever in my entire 38 years on this planet. And she said, exactly. But what would it look like if you had an hour of focused effort once a day, and then moved it up to an hour and a half, then to 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 3.5 hours, 4 hours, and you spent 4 hours of super focused attention on the task at hand, on the most important things, removing all distractions? What could you do in a week, a month, a quarter, a year, a lifetime? Think about that. Pretty amazing, right? So I'm sharing this lesson with you and this awareness with you and insight with you, not because I've mastered it, because I also want to be reminded of it so I can master it. Grandmaster Choa Koksui had a saying that, relating it to your routine or to your schedule, if you can do something for 2 weeks, you can do it for a year. Jaya, I'm a namaste. And if you could do something for a year, you can do it for a lifetime. So if you can work out for 2 weeks, you can work out for a year. And if you can work out for a year, you can work out for a lifetime. If you can meditate for 2 weeks every day, then you can meditate every day for a year, and then you can meditate every day for a lifetime, right? So we got to start where we're at. If you can't focus for more than 5 minutes on one thing at a time, then maybe go 15 minutes. All right, for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to focus on one thing and do that one thing. Or I'm going to focus on, if you have longer attention spans. Like, I can do healing. I can do healing for about 90 minutes straight. Typically, my healings are about 30 minutes long. So I can heal one person, then heal another person, then heal another person without having to get up, without having to go to the bathroom, without having to stretch, without having to come back into my body. I can pretty much heal for 90 minutes straight, uninterrupted, and be focused, right? Focus on the task at hand. Past that, I'm going to need like a 5-minute break, get a sip of water, get a bite to eat, move my body a little bit, use the bathroom, and then sit back down on my meditation cushion, which I'm doing right now, and then do the technique or, practice the protocol for healing. So that's it, guys. Speaking of, if you are in need of healing, we all are in need of healing, then go to ChristianRLong.com/services, sign up for a distant pranic healing session, 30 minutes of coaching, 30 minutes of healing, bringing you insight as to why you're stuck. And then with that insight, we heal you connected to that condition. And I've been doing this for 15 years. Clients all over the world. I lost count of how many countries I have clients in, but a decent amount of countries and a decent amount of states. You're very welcome, Letty. Always a pleasure. Always an honor. Steven's bringing the heat. His name didn't come up, but good to see you, Steven. Hopefully you got value. Pat, thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. If you're in need of healing, go to ChristianRLong.com/services. 15 years as a practitioner, and have been honored and privileged enough to produce many, many miracles over those 15 years. You can't go till I send positive energy. You just did. I love it. Oh, speaking of, for those of you watching this live, and for those of you who are watching the replay, this coming Sunday, put in your calendar, whip out your phone and put in your calendar. At 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, Denver, Colorado time, we're going to be doing the Twin Hearts Meditation live, and then we're going to be doing a group healing on everyone who's part of the group, and we're going to be doing it over Zoom. Over Zoom. If you go a few posts below this video, you'll see the post, and you'll see the link. The first week we're doing this, the healing will be free. The meditation is always free, but the healing will be a $25 donation after this week. So the meditation will always be free, and then for those people who want healing, it's $25 donation. And the PayPal link is in the description as well. And that's it, guys. Nora, Atma Namaste, bring in the heat, my dance partner from afar. I got to meet up with a friend and a client very shortly, so I will let you guys go. If you have any questions, direct message me or go to ChristianRLong.com or email me at ChristianRLong@gmail.com, and I look forward to connecting with you very, very soon. This is Christian R. Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, wishing you a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and a beautiful life. Atma Namaste. Bye-bye.